Hi everybody, welcome back to Augie Reads. Today we are going over some new book releases for May 2026. Now, I don't know if you guys seen the last video, but I talked about it in this video and that video. This is a video idea that I plan to have every month where I just go off the dome, look at Goodreads and releases, maybe some different sources. If you guys have better sources for new books coming out, please drop the links down below, because the best I can find was Goodreads. I couldn't really find anything that was not an opinionated list from like a curator. I just wanted to know like a complete, almost like an IMDb list of movies coming out, but for books, I would love that. Although I know it's probably hard because there are a lot of books, there are so many books coming out that it's probably hard to keep track of all of them. But even if it's just like fantasy books or just popular books coming out, I would love to get a better resource for that. So if you guys know that, let me know down below. But yeah, so I'm gonna go through the new releases for May 2026. I'm gonna click on anyone that catches my eye. I will put the cover up when I'm talking about them and read the synopsis of the book to see if and give it a smash or a pass. So yeah, and then you guys comment down below the book and then smash or pass for you as well. Or we can call it something else. I don't know. I just thought this would be kind of funny. But yeah, so looking through the list right now, I'm debating if I should do one from each category or just do all the science fiction and fantasy instead, because I don't really read the other categories as much. Okay, so the first book coming out in May 2026 that I see on Goodreads is The Tapestry of Fate by Shannon Chakraborty. Hope I said that right. The cover is really cool. It's kind of like a griffin eagle type thing on the shore of like a city with a boat crashed. It's really good art. I actually really like that a lot. So I'm interested in that actually. Okay, so the synopsis. Amina al-Sarafi, apologize if I'm pronouncing that wrong, thinks she struck gold. Tasked with hunting down arcane artifacts for the Council of Immortal Paris, she can savor the occasional rollicking adventure on the high seas with her cherished criminal companions, while still returning home to raise her beloved daughter, Marjana. But when Raksh, the spirit of discord with whom she reluctantly wed, provokes the Council's wrath, Amina is charged with a seemingly impossible quest: steal a spindle capable of rewriting fate from a mysterious sorceress on an island no one can escape. Forced to leave Marjana, I really wish I knew how to pronounce these, who is increasingly frustrated at being peddled what are clearly lies about her mother's life and her own past, Amina finds her mission almost immediately thrown into peril. But deadly storms, an erratic poison mistress, and old enemies are the latest of her worries. For the Paris stories is unraveling, hinting at a far deadlier game whose rules Amina must swiftly puzzle out. A game that sets her against an adversary more cunning and powerful than she has ever faced. A game that not everyone on her crew wants to win. Okay, so it kind of seems like a double life pirate kind of thing. She's like having this pirate life while also trying to have this normal civilian life back home and take care of her daughter. And it seems, I could be wrong, but it seems based around like fictional India maybe, which is kind of a cool concept. It's not, I haven't read many books based like in India or something that represents India, which is really cool. So yeah, this one I give a smash. The cover is way cooler than the synopsis made it seem, but I feel like it's hard to make a good synopsis. It's also the second book in a series actually, which I didn't know. The first book is The Adventures of Amina al-Sarafi. Like I said, guys, I'm not gonna pronounce these names right, so I apologize. But yeah, that one, smash. All right, next book, The Girl with 1,000 Faces by Sunny Dean. This cover is pretty cool. Got a lady with her eyes white, and it's kind of like her hair flowing up, and it's kind of like a cool black and gold dress with some waves in the background. Really cool art. I haven't read anything by this author either. A lot of these I probably won't know much of, which I like, just because I get to the experiences with you guys. Let's read the synopsis. When Mercy Chen washed up on the shores of Hong Kong with no family. Okay, so we're getting another like on the shores kind of story, 2 in a row. That's kind of interesting. No money and no memories. She was thrust into the horrors of World War II. Whoa, okay. She only survived by hiding in Kowloon Walled City, an infamous ghost-infested slum full of lost and traumatized civilians. Since the end of the war, she had to rebuild her life and found work with the local triad as a ghost talker, dealing with angry and bitter spirits who haunt this place. These days, the filthy gutters and cramped alleyways of Kowloon feels like home. But the past she can't remember won't let her go. An unusually powerful ghost has infested Kowloon's waterways, drowning innocents and threatening the district. Unnerving, it claims to know Mercy and her forgotten childhood. As Mercy is drawn into a deadly cat and mouse game with this malignant spirit, she begins to realize that the monster she fights within these walls may be one of her own making. 33 years before, mere days ahead of the Japanese invasion, Song Siu-yin and her mother flee Hong Kong, intending to hide out on her mother's ancestral island home. It's beautiful, tranquil, and remote, but also inhabited by ghosts ever since the entire village drowned in a storm many years ago. Still, it's better than living under occupation. But as the war drags on and isolation sets in, Siu-yin is increasingly drawn into the island's grim past, a past that may still have a hold on the present. There is darkness lurking beneath the idyllic ocean, and has been waiting many years for someone to return. Okay, guys. Now this is a good synopsis. This might be the best synopsis I read today. I don't really see much being better than that. I give that one a double smash. So yeah, she walks up on the shore, doesn't remember anything. It's World War II, and this city's full of ghosts. Like, every single detail about this is very interesting. I actually might just add this to my list immediately. It comes out May 5th, 2026. So very soon, actually, next week. That's a good one. Watch out for that one, guys. That one's gonna be good. All right, next up, guys, We Dance Upon Demons by Vaishnavi Patel. I believe I said that right. Let's see, hopefully. This cover, it's more like stylistic of someone's a close up of someone's face, their eyes on fire, and there's kind of their teardrop in his blood. I'm not getting much from this cover. I'm not really a fan of this style, especially for like a fantasy book. But maybe it's more contemporary fantasy. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from it. But yeah, let's read the synopsis and see what we give it. As a reproductive healthcare worker in Chicago, Nisha is barely staying afloat in the ocean of abortion ban, screaming protesters, and all her own consuming depression. When she escapes to the Indian art exhibit at her favorite museum for a brief respite, Nisha suddenly finds herself bleeding, disoriented, and collapsed on the ground. The last thing she remembers is the statue that beckoned her to touch it. In the days that follow, Nisha feels a strange power coursing within her, one that attracts the host of dangerous and enigmatic characters who covet it for themselves. Facing threats both otherworldly and distinctly human, Nisha must navigate uncertain alliances to piece together the centuries-old mystery of her odd and terrifying abilities. And as danger closes in on her loved ones, community, and the clinic she's determined to protect, Nisha must make a choice about the life she wants and fight all the demons standing in her way to get it. Okay, guys, if you are excited for this book, I mean, no disrespect, but I'm giving this a pass. It's coming out May 12th, 2026. The cover wasn't really grabbing me. The synopsis grabbed me even less. I like contemporary fantasy sometimes. It's not really my favorite. I prefer more like epic, high fantasy, low fantasy. But yeah, and that one wasn't really doing it for me. But if you're excited for it, let me know. And like I said, none of these books I'm gonna be like, oh my god, I hate this so much. Blah, blah, blah. It's just ones that I would be excited for personally. Okay, so that was 3 fantasy books. I'm gonna move on to 3 sci-fi books. There's 5 of them, 5 of each category on this list. I was gonna do all 5 of them, but I felt like this was gonna take too long, and this might not be as interesting. Okay, so the first book on the science fiction side is Dungeon Crawler Carl #8, A Parade of Horribles. Now, I do love the Dungeon Crawler Carl covers, these ones at least. I know they have the original ones that were from like the Kickstarter campaign or whatever. Not a fan of those, even though I know the fans love those. I do like this bright neon colored style of this covers. Haven't read the Dungeon Crawler Carl books, DCC, I'll just call it DCC for now. But I've heard they're great. Lit RPG, I've never read Lit RPG before, but I am a fan of Dungeons and Dragons, so I'm sure I will like this. 8 books is crazy because I feel like the series just got hot and it already has 8 books. I don't know how long it's been coming out, but that's crazy to me. I'm sure you guys know mostly about this one, but I'll read it anyway. It comes out May 12th, 2026. A lot of books coming out on May 12th, but anyway. It's off to the races in the explosive 8th book in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. As chaos and mass panic spread outside the dungeon in the wake of faction wars, Carl and Donut find themselves on the 10th floor, where they're forced to complete in a surprisingly normal set of tasks. Well, normal for the dungeon. Races? Get from point A to point B, and don't come in last. After each race, they pick an upgrade for their vehicle and the track gets more challenging. It all seems a little too normal, a little too simple. Ignore those strange glitches that are occurring with increasing frequency. Don't listen to those whispers about what's happening on the mysterious 11th floor, something the system AI calls a parade of horribles. Nobody, not even the showrunners, know what that means. Just that AI has ominously dubbed it a coming out of party for the ages. Everything is fine, Crawler. I repeat, everything is fine. Carl hates that it's business as usual. The rules of this floor have taken away his agency that will not do. So Carl's planning a party of his own. It's a plan so dangerous, so insane, he can't even consult his friends lest the AI put a stop to it. Because if it goes wrong, it's not just the end of Carl and Donut. No, the stakes are higher than they've ever been. Okay, yeah. I mean, it's hard because that's the 8th book in a series, so just reading the synopsis, I have like no connection to the characters they mention. It is kind of like given Ready Player One a little bit with the race and everything, a little bit of Death Race too. But I'll give that one a smash just because I do like the idea of DCC and the like the lit RPG style, and it seems like from what I'm gathering from the synopsis that he's going through different floors, and each floor has like, its own like level and everything like that, which is kind of like a video game, which is kind of cool. So yeah, I give that one a smash. All right, next book in the sci-fi section is Platform Decay by Martha Wells. This is the 8th book in the Murderbot Diaries. I didn't even know there were 8. I didn't even know that she was, I believe it's a she. I didn't even know that they were still making books, which it comes out May 5th, 2026. So next week, guys, if you're excited for this one, go check it out. The cover's pretty cool. That is Murderbot, which I've seen pictures of him on the show, and I believe he's just a robot. I don't really know much about the series, but I do want to read it. And I've heard it's pretty funny and good. But let's read the synopsis. So, everyone's favorite lethal sec unit is back in the next installment in Martha Wells' best-selling and award-winning Murderbot Diaries series. Having someone else support your bad decision feels kind of good. Having volunteered to run a rescue mission, Murderbot realizes that we'll have to spend significant time with a bunch of humans it doesn't know, including human children. Ugh. This may well call for eye contact. Motion check. Okay, guys, I'm not gonna lie. Not trying to be disrespectful or anything, but I'm gonna give that one a pass. Maybe I don't read the Murderbot Diaries. Just from reading the synopsis, if I'm wrong, let me know. It kind of seems like childish humor a little bit. I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong, guys. Tell me if I'm wrong. But like, ew, human children. Ugh. Oh my god, eye contact. Motion check. Oh, for fuck. Like, it just kind of seems like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like humor that I'm really into. But let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if I should read this. It has like already crazy reviews. But yeah, sorry. Give that one a pass. Alright, guys. For the last book in the science fiction section, I will mention all 3 of them real quick, and I'll pick the one I want to talk about. There's Lost Contract of Icico, Homebound, and the Republic of Memory. I'm gonna pick the Republic of Memory just because I feel the cover is the coolest out of those 3. So yeah, so this one is the Republic of Memory by Mahmoud El Said. The cover is like, I think that's like a city, a multi-layered, almost like a stacked city with multi-layers like that. Kind of like it's given dystopian a little bit. All right, let's read the synopsis. The Safina is a city ship 200 years into its voyage from the ruins of Earth towards a new habitable world. Its crew maintain the ship generation after generation while protecting their ancestors, the final remnants of Earth's doomed network empire, by keeping them alive in cryostasis. But a lot can change in 200 years, and people are starting to ask questions. Why should the crew continue to toil for people none of them remember? What exactly gives administration its authority over everyone else? And when the blackouts start, they set in motion a chain of events that will change life on the Safina forever. A reckoning is coming. The system is only secure so as long as the power maintain the obedience of those beneath them, and the crew has had enough. A science fiction odyssey of breathtaking scope, the Republic of Memory is a gripping examination of what divides us and what brings us together. This is a modern and ambitious work of Arab futurism and is perfect for fans of The Expanse, A Memory Called Empire, or Children of Time. Wow. Okay, that is a very interesting synopsis. I will give that one a pass. So it seems like there's a living city spaceship almost, from what I'm gathering from the cover at the synopsis, and they're trying to find a different planet, it seems, because Earth is in shambles, and they're keeping people from the old days in cryostasis to keep them alive. And then there's the people, like, obviously as newer generations continue to be born, they're like, well, why are we trying to keep these old, like, I don't even know these people, Like, why are we trying to help them? Like, what are they doing here? So that is actually kind of relevant in today's society and everything like that. Just of like having these like talks about like people from generations ago, and it's like we're keeping some of their values, but why? Because like we're in a new world now. That's a different story for everything. So this one actually seems really cool, and it says perfect for fans of The Expanse and Children of Time, which I know The Expanse is really something I really want to get into. The books are, I think there's like 10 books in the series. There's a TV show and everything. And then Children of Time, I believe, is an Adrian Chbosky book, which is a very popular sci-fi author. So yeah, guys, I got that one to smash. So yeah, I believe that it was only 2 passes today, which I was surprised that Murderbot was a pass for me, but just from reading the description, I was not into that at all. But yeah, guys, those are 3 new science fiction and fantasy books coming out in May 2026. Let me know if you guys want me to keep doing this. I kind of like that I'm going in blind because I'm getting a raw reaction for you guys. But if you want to do more research ahead of time and have a more structured video, let me know. I kind of like these styles of videos where it's just me like talking to someone, basically rambling, because that's just what I kind of do best. I'm not very good at the structured script thing, but if you guys want something different, just let me know. I hope you guys watched it and loved the video. If you watched all the way to here, comment Goodreads down below, and I'll get you out.